Hey guys, this is Mike Muriel. I'm the division manager. I apologize, I'm dressed kind of casually right now, but I've got a bat in my hand. But the reason I'm talking to you guys is that we've got a couple people here that we'll introduce you to that sold 10,000 plus in their fast start, and hopefully it'll give you guys some tips and some pointers and some encouragement, maybe some inspiration as well. This here is Ty, and Ty Greenberg just graduated from Highland Park High School. He's going to be going to he's taking a gap year actually this next year, and he's going to be going to maybe Indiana University or University of Texas. He's just deciding what he wants to do, and I thought I would ask Ty a few questions. So I'm going to go to the back here, and Ty will have a conversation with me. And so Ty, do you know how many appointments you did in your fast start?
I did 30.
30, and how many were sales?
25.
So good ratio. Why do you think a lot of people bought?
They love the product. I mean, the product sells itself, but you got to present it in a reasonable manner. I mean, you got to be excited about the product. You have to be confident in the product, but then as long as you're confident and excited, it's going to sell itself.
Cool. And what gave you confidence in the product?
I think in training, especially I was in Mike's training, and he knows his stuff. He's the smartest guy in the company. When he shows us the product and tells us about it, and you hear it from the best, I think you gain confidence because he's only going to give it to you straight like he says. So, and my mom actually has Cutco, and my grandma's had Cutco for 50 years. So that gave me confidence knowing the guarantee's legit. The product will last, 50 plus years. So that gave me confidence. And then just using it as well, cooking a couple times before I started demos and everything.
So do you cook actually, or?
I cook occasionally, yeah.
Cool. And what did you have a chance to use the products?
I did. A lot of chopping, dicing, mincing with it. I used the 9-inch carver to cut some big meats. And the cheese knife, actually. I got to see it. Didn't stick to the blade, which was awesome. Okay. So, cooking with the product gives you a lot of confidence in it.
Cool. And did you run into past Cutco owners?
I did. Actually, a ton in Highland Park.
And what was that like?
They just want more. It's easy because it's a quicker demo. It's a little more fun because you don't have to go through the entire manual. You can get right to the fun stuff, explaining the knives, showing them how they work, and some of the new ones. The specialty knives are my favorite, and that's always the ones the past Cutco owners usually buy. And then upgrades are awesome too. And upgrades, they're a lot of fun, like strategically trying to think what you can give them, what you can give them for free. So past Cutco owners are definitely my favorite, and they'll always want to buy more because they love the product already.
Now you did 30 demos. What what helped you line up the appointments?
Definitely phoning the first day. I lined up 21 of my 30 demos in the first night and then the next morning. So phoning from 6 to 9:30 actually. From 6 to 9, I booked 8. Mm-hmm. From 9 to 9:30, I booked about 16 or something like that.
And what did you do to prepare to phone? Because some people are going to watch this and they're not in their fast start, but they're going to go for like a big push week or something like that.
Definitely, prepare the names and numbers. Don't be looking for names and numbers while you're phoning. Have your list. Have 100 plus names at least if you want to have a big push week or a good fast start. Have 100 names plus, and then just have all the names and numbers right there and literally just crank them all out. Don't skip anyone. Don't be afraid to call anyone. If no one answers, go to the next one. And then after you run through those 100, by then it's probably about an hour or so, go back to the top, call the ones that didn't answer. And you just keep going through until you've cranked through all 100 names. Right there, it's a good 80 appointments, I'd say, at least, if you have those 100 names. Mm-hmm. So.
Now, you didn't reach everyone, obviously, the first night out. And was that discouraging? I know that actually, I remember talking to you. Your first 2 hours didn't go so hot.
Right, the first 2 hours, no one was answering, and that was the first time I phoned, so I'm like, Mike, the idea of phoning is awful. Like, no one answers their house phone. What am I supposed to do? Right. And you said, just give it another half hour, make X number more calls, and I did, and then all of a sudden, I think 95% of the next people I called all picked up and all booked. So, every half hour is different, as Jared always says, so always stay on the phone.
And the law of averages always works
exactly.
out, right? Now, I also know that you phoned every morning. Mm-hmm. And talk to me about two things, actually. I know you said a few minutes ago, like phoning, don't be scared to phone, but were you scared to phone?
I was. At the beginning, I was a little on edge. I was like, I don't know, I'm going to bother people, but hearing from like Jared, Elliot, Lauren, Darren, Eric, Dave, they all say phone. So I believed them and said, all right, I'll give it a try, and it worked.
Okay, so you listen to your manager's advice, and they give you good advice, obviously.
Yeah,
so you phoned in the mornings, and why did you phone, and what was that like?
Phoning in the morning, 7:30 every morning, especially in your fast start or any push weeks. Get here at 7:30 in the office. It won't be distracting. You're going to have your managers there that'll make sure you hit your goal. We have that thing where we write how many we want to book on the board.
Mm-hmm.
The managers are always encouraging you, not letting you leave until you book those. And then if you're not booking them, they'll tell you what you're doing wrong. So the managers are always there to help you. They'll always give you somewhere that's not distracting, because even if you think at home you won't get distracted, I mean, there's always going to be something at home, or you're going to be able to make some excuse at home to not phone. But in the office, I mean, all you have to do is phone there. So,
Were there some days you didn't feel like coming in?
yeah, for sure. I mean,
What got you to come in?
I think the idea, I didn't want to let people down. I mean, I told Mike, I told Jared, told Dave or Darren.
managers,
Sorry,
yeah.
yeah, I told them that I would be in here to phone, and if I didn't show up, I'd be a liar. I'd be letting them down. So I always got here, and then set an example for everyone else. Also, set an example for all the newer reps. It's always great.
Cool. And now that you've accomplished your goal, what'd you sell again in your fast start?
10,042.
Okay. Now, obviously, you keep selling now, right?
Yeah.
What's the best part about selling now that you've already, got the 10,000 under your belt?
Making 30% of everything I sell right now.
Right.
So I could have a bad sale and still make $100 in 10 minutes or whatever it is. So, I mean, it's still awesome to make 30%, because a big sale you're making a ton of money, a small sale you're making still, I mean, more money than you'll make at any other job.
Cool. Well, Ty, any last words of wisdom for anyone watching?
Just enjoy the job. I mean, you're hanging out with moms and college kids, so there's nothing better than hanging out with college kids and moms all day. So really enjoy the job, take advantage of it, because there really aren't other opportunities like this out there.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Ty. Appreciate it.
End it? Yes, end it.
What do you want to do?